Back with us on the SportsMax Zone. The new Jamaica Premier League campaign is set for a booming start as perennial rivals Arnett Gardens and Waterhouse clash in the two-legged BOOM El Clasico for a winner-takes-all purse of $1 million Jamaican dollars. The late preseason clash will be played over two legs, October 10 and the 17, at the respective home grounds of the teams. Boom Energy Drink are sponsoring this clash of Jamaican football giants with 7 Premier League titles between them. Joining us to look ahead to the contest is Chief Executive Officer of Professional Football Jamaica Limited, Owen Hill. Owen, welcome to the program, sir.
Give thanks, George, and big up to all of the viewers on the Big Bad SportsMax.
Excellent. October 10 and 17, 2 big days as you build momentum for the new campaign of the JPL. We can call it JPL 3. So what's this Boom El Clasico all about now, Owen?
Well, George, I tell you, it's one of the strategic priorities of the Professional Football Jamaica Limited is to push the envelope a little bit to ensure that the clubs who are a part of the programs that we have get an opportunity to earn more. So this is another opportunity for the clubs, Waterhouse and Arnett Gardens, not only to develop their players and to kind of sharpen their skills going into the new season. It gives them a chance to earn some more money.
Yeah. So if you're having 2 games, I thought, when I heard of the game originally, I thought it was a one-off game, winner takes all. Why is it that you decided to give Waterhouse a taste at their home ground and give the Junglists a taste at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex?
Well, George, it's actually one game. I mean, it was initially slated to be 2 games, but there's some upsurge in violence in the community, and as a result of that, we thought it best. We strategically looked at it and we said, one leg is a winner-takes-all kind of game, and it gives more credence to what is considered like a classico. The truth of the matter is it has worked out well, and everybody's anticipating the actual game.
And the date for that, because we had October 10 and 17 for the 2 legs. What's the date that you've settled on?
Well, the date is October 17th. So the actual game, the El Clasico between Waterhouse and Arnett, will be on October 17th. And that game is going to be played at the Jungle. Not necessarily at Arnett Gardens, at the Jungle. At
the Jungle. I hear you on that. So the thing that fans will ask is this. Okay, this game is so close to when we expect the JPL to kick off. Will the teams send out their razor-sharp players for the game to make it a real occasion? Or are some benchmen going to be pressed into service by the respective coaches?
Well, I'll hope that the teams are going to be looking what is on show. I mean, they'll be fancy, they'll be kitted, and they'll be playing under the lights, and money is on the table again. High energy. So as Boom, as a brand, represents its high-octane football, so I hope none of the coaches actually look at this as a dress rehearsal and put out some benchmen. Or if benchmen are supposedly on the part, they will be showing their respective coaches why they should be starters.
Yeah, Owen, you had a season of Premier League football for UWI back in 2015, 2016. I remember you playing against Arnett Gardens. Not quite sure if you played against Waterhouse. But what is it about these 2 teams having opposed them that make them so electrifying and so attractive to the fans? Because we know that, especially in the case of Arnett Gardens, there are many football fans in Jamaica who are not Trenchtown or Arnett residents, but are huge fans of Arnett Gardens. George Davis among them.
I think it's just the culture. I mean, what we are expected to see when these 2 teams play is just a different level of football, a different brand of football. You saw it literally in the playoffs of the last season, and every single time these players go out on the park, there's a kind of rivalry that is inherent in the teams. Junglists are called, the Arnett Gardens are called the Junglists for no strange reason. I mean, they always show up, they roar heavily. And Waterhouse is that team that kills everybody, the flames that pretty much signifies any team that is red hot. Waterhouse either kill them with whatever water they have or any fire that comes with them. So I think when the 2 teams are playing against each other, whenever they're tipped against each other, you expect a electrifying game because they're nice teams to watch. They have good support, and then they typify what is considered local football.
When this was announced at the launch ceremony, I remember the point being made that it is just like a curtain raiser, a teaser to other clashes that you may have in the future. So it won't necessarily be just the Arnett Waterhouse opportunity to earn some money, but in the future, there is the plan to get some other teams in some similar clashes.
Definitely, and I mean, that's again a part of the overall strategy of the PFJL to expand opportunities for commercial and developmental spaces for the clubs and the players. So even though this is billed as the Boom El Clasico between Waterhouse and Arnett Gardens, we're looking to have other Clásicos within the season, to have teams being pitched against each other, because there's different rivalries, there are different ways that you can get good support for each team. And if you put them together in an atmosphere that is not just football, it's entertainment filled, then you'll find a lot of people coming out and support.
Yeah, you know, I could think quickly of a St. Catherine derby between Portmore and Dunbeholden. Portmore, traditional giants of domestic football, and Dunbeholden, based on what we saw last season, one of the hottest teams in the land.
Definitely, that's just one of them. If you think about what happens on the western end, Falkland is now the newly promoted team, and they can play against Montego Bay United. And that's a totally different derby that you can, you know, fashion, package, promote differently. And then you have the teams like Mount Pleasant, who is, you know, particularly centered around a strategy trying to push. So we have different ways. Clarendon have multiple teams now in the competition. So we are looking at opportunities where we're either aligning brand to teams or teams to particular brands.
Yeah, so October 17, the Boom Classico, Waterhouse and Arnett Gardens. Can you confirm on this day in sport, Owen, that the Jamaica Premier League season for 22-23 will start on the 23rd of October as proposed?
Well, as proposed, it's where it is. We're very advanced in terms of getting across that line. The stakeholders have been informed in different ways. But again, we just need that final green light, and we're supposed to have a meeting pretty soon with the JFF. And once that meeting is ironed out with any kind of recommendations that are provided for the clubs in relation to their rules and regs, etc., we will ensure that the season starts on the 23rd. So all indications are the 23rd. We're very close, and we're in motion in terms of planning and executing.
Yeah, Owen, Lance didn't get the memo. He didn't know that you're going to return to the SportsMax in a few days' time to speak exclusively about the Premier League and the new season, season 3. So, good to get that out there. But the question is, as we wrap up, Owen, is this. I'm sure you're not expecting fans should not expect to be invited out to the jungle under the hot sun to watch a game such as this. Can I confirm that this will be an evening game, a night game, if you may? People will be able to clear their schedule and then focus only on this game at the end of the day.
Under the lights, I'll tell you. I mean, if you've ever been to Arnett Gardens under the lights with these two teams playing, you are going to experience something that is incomparable, if you ask me. But preceding the game, we'll have some other entertainment aspects. So we'll be partnering with the Masters and Celebrities team. They are also about the Belzade Memorial Game. So we are having those games prior to. So if you're out and about on the Heroes Day and you need a good space for entertainment, then, I mean, Arnett Gardens is. You know, come down by the Tony Spalding Sports Complex and you should be treated for a very, very good day of high-octane, entertaining football.
Excellent. Well, Owen, we look forward to that game, and of course we look forward to the chat talking about the new season of the Premier League and what's in store for lovers of football. And just to confirm before we go, even though this is not the Premier League segment, that the relegation aspect is alive will be alive for the new season of the JPL. Just confirming that early.
That it sounds like it's going to be alive, for sure. For sure it's going to be alive. I mean, we're looking to ensure that best practices are copied. And again, just getting over that final hurdle between the stakeholders all being concerned. We just want to be very clear, and I think we're in very, very close proximity for that. So you should expect best practices to be followed come next season.
Excellent on that. Thank you very much, Owen. All the best to you. We'll see you.
Thank you very much, George and Lance. And I mean, good evening to the viewers.
Excellent. Professional Jamaica Limited's CEO Owen Hill talking about the Boom El Clasico set for the Tony Spalding Sports Complex October 17. The CEO says it will be an evening game, so you'll be able to clear work and relax yourself, refresh yourself, and then go on down to the Tony Spalding Sports Complex to enjoy some football. Winner takes all. $1 million on the table. Arnett Gardens against Waterhouse.